Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're underway on Sunday night. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now Ritter. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Back to throw now. It's Ritter. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. He'll get this complete to White. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Ritter to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Down the run right, throwing deep. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Our first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 21. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. He's got room to roam here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Well, I think the defense coaches in coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He's got it near the 10. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's Brooks. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A pickup of just under half. They get 4, and now they've got 2nd and goal at the 5. Again, they give to Brooks. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Shamrocks have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A tight end in motion now. First and 10, it's a give to White. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him around 6, that's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
2nd and 4. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. We've hit the end of one in this showdown between two of the league's best. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they get this down to the 28. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. They are throwing it again. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
We get it at the 9. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Ritter looking to throw. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 11. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Brooks on the give, headed right. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Running once more with Brooks. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. Here's the give on 3rd and short. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Shamrocks pushing for points. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. touchdown there. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Moody knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Motion man sent left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's brought down for a loss. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Ritter. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Second and 10 now. He's trying to go deep again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air. He hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
First down, ball at the 36. Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run right, throw it. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! The Buccaneers take the lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. Throwing on the run. Deep. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Buccaneers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
You know that quarterback? He's out in Denver now, Kate. Russell Wilson. He loves to say the separation is in the preparation. And when you're facing a DB that is all over the ball and now adding a second interception to his ledger today, you know this guy was...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 37-yard line.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Warrior 70. Here we go. Set. Buffalo 18. 79 Bronco. Go.
Looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
On the jump.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Check smash. Check smash.
Looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Brooks. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. Hand off here for Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. They go play action here. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Pass play now. Oh no, they get him yet again. possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Ritter setting up to throw. That's brought in by White. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
To the air, 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Buccaneers bringing out their field goal team. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Brooks. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Now a give to Brooks, coming left. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Offense in the hurry up here. Throw on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He'll throw it. Looking for a tough, and they get to him. The 4th down gamble backfires with a sack, and it's a turnover on downs inside the red zone.
Well, there was no way that defense was going to pass up on that opportunity. I dare to say that was the most energetic and frenzied we've seen them all game. I don't think they could believe the offense would go for it that deep in their own territory.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle now to their fullback. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game. Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Rolling left, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack. Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's a throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
They go play action on 1st. Has his man. It's a Dunze. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Back to throw now, it's Ritter. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 3-possession game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throw left side, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Nehemiah Pritchett. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Setting up a throw. Chased out to his right. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. We're going for this. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Ritter. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now Ritter. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. And that one's picked off in the end zone. But no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
3rd and long for him here. He's loaded another one up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so good.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. This our last play of the quarter. Play action on 1st down. And he can't escape this one. They get to him for a nice exclamation point to end. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion right. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
Forced out to his right. Now he'll try one deep down the right sideline. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's looking deep once again. Big gain downfield. And he's able to get this down to the 36. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him the first on 4th down.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has it at the 7. And in for the touchdown. All right, Brock, take me inside the helmet of a quarterback here as you're laying there after taking that hit. Are you asking your linemen? Are you listening to the crowd? What are you doing to find out if you made the connection?
Yes and yes and yes to all of that. You're listening to the crowd. That's kind of your first indicator as you're laying there. That roar, what is it? Is it a touchdown? Is it a pick? And then your buddies let you know right away as they pick you off the ground, and that is a hit you will take for 6 every time.
Let's go.
Offense not going anywhere. They want to.
70 Timberwolves.
And he's got a man complete. And he'll get in, and they'll get a little closer as a result. The lead down to 13 now. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Buccaneers manage to recover the football. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Ready, break.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
That's complete to Jackson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Working quickly here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Working the sideline, that's Odunze. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. Ritter. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Come on, set.
2nd and 10 now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he gets this forward to the 19. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Ritter looking to throw. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built themselves up a little buffer here, Kate. But it's never over till it's over.
Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. 2nd and 3 now. He's dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Searches from the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Getting out to his left. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
18 guard, 18 come 19. Come back 60. Go.
He'll throw it. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Flush down out to his left. And they pick him off again. And the Buccaneers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Another try following the sack.
At the 46-yard line.
Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
You want to know why we see so many gray hairs, Kate, on these D coordinators we meet with? It's plays like that. These D coordinators hate quarterbacks that can escape the pocket, escape the blitz, and make you pay with completions.
Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback.
At their own 40-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Trap roll 80.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. This is Brooks heading left. Broke through the tackle. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
19 Tiger. Go.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Hauled in left side. Again, he's got room. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
Shamrocks 18.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Buccaneers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Shamrocks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see...
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Putting the tight end in motion. Trying again, following the sack. And they pick him off again. Space on the right. He's got room. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Give to Brooks, running right. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stops. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.